Today I'm talking about the new Surge Piccolo leader. Just going over the leader as a whole, and then I'm going to be showing you a deck profile on the leader itself. So he's a blue-green leader coming out in the new expansion set. His auto at the beginning of the turn, you get to look at the top card of your deck, place it at the top or bottom, and then draw a card. So really good for filtering through your deck. Being able to basically see two cards. Potentially, if you see a card you don't like, send it at the bottom, draw another one. Just good card knowledge, deck knowledge, really strong effect. And it's at the beginning of your turn, so if you go first, you start out with 7 cards basically. So, really strong. Choose one blue card and one green card, place it under it, and then you can draw 3 and untap an energy and flip them over. You can activate this effect whenever, but it's basically the same thing as a draw 1, untap 1, since you are taking 2 cards from your hand and placing it under. Once you do awaken, he becomes Sun, Gohan, and Piccolo, so he now has Saiyan and Earthling and Namekian tag. So you can run a lot of different engines with this leader. He has an activate main / battle once per turn. If your life's 3 or less, you can choose one of the cards underneath the leader, place it in the drop, and then you can either have your opponent warp 2 cards from their hand, or you can choose a multicolor card in your drop, negate the energy exhaust, and place it in your energy. So you can go 2 ways with the deck. I chose to go hand destruction and like field control, really control-y deck, or you can just ramp all the way up and just play out like Goji to 7 or something. Going on into the deck profile for it, I just made it on DBS decks. Obviously the leader's not out yet, so can't show the deck in person. So we have 4 dimension magic. It's just one of the best negates, obviously. Better than Shocking Death Ball, untap energy. Roshi, being able to play him and then combo with him, potentially stopping 2 attacks, I like a lot. You can run Whis Cohesion if you'd rather. I just like Roshi for right now. 4 Bean, blue leader. I got 3 Android 16 to ramp you up. I like it better than Objection. I like the little ramp just so you can get 2 bigger threats. And just being able to play out multiple threats a turn I really like. If you don't really like the ramp, you can probably take him out and add just some more aggro. But he works pretty well. If you have a blue-green multicolor card in your energy, when you play him, you obviously top deck an energy in rest mode. And then you can't play cards that are 30 or 35k for the game. Android 17, obviously, energy exhaust card, need it, and you need this type of card in every deck. 2 Hidden Potential, the new counterplay. If your leader card's green, battle card being played 4 or less is played in drop instead, and then you untap a card, or untap an energy. So basically it's preemptive strike just for 1, so it's insanely strong. Really do like it. For the start of our hand destruction, we run Sun, Gohan, and Piccolo. 3-drop barrier with revive, and then when he swings, your opponent discards a card. And he has revive, so you can keep him alive. If you already used Android 16 and you have an extra 1 in hand, you can just use that to pitch it, and then now he's back on the field still. But if he dies, it's not too big of a deal. 3 Undying Spirit. This deck's pretty defensive because you just want to keep on chipping their hand away. Obviously, he's a counterplay card. He's good. You get to untap a blue energy once you play him. 2 Android 21. She's good if you can see her early game, and then just place her on an energy turn 1, turn 2. Her effect's obviously super good for 4 to make your opponent lose a life and a battle card. You can even use this skill when you're not going for game, just because you do have Android 21 and you have the leader effect that lets you ramp another card. So basically you can ramp back up pretty easily if you do use that effect. Newfound Power, just some self-awakening. Unless you're running or playing against a deck that's super stally, you can add in more self-awakening in your side deck, but you really don't need it too much. Awakening slowly is alright because the front side effect is so good, you can filter through your deck. And then by the time you awaken and can start using your activate main battle effect, it's really strong. 2 Special Beam Cannon. If your leader card's Piccolo, he gets 10k, and then you choose one of your opponent's cards and drop them. This is a really strong card, especially since you get to choose what to discard, because obviously your opponents just get to discard the dead card in their hand, but when you discard, you obviously have the chance to discard like a main piece, a super combo, or negate or something. So really strong. You see it enough. You could add a third one maybe if you don't like maybe so many like self-awakening. I don't know. Defending Father Paragus, obviously leader's green, so you're gonna run this negate. He did the shoot up in price. He's like $25 right now, so maybe run a different negate. You can run the Namekian negate, the Universe 6 one. That if your leader's Namekian and you're at 5 or less, it works. Goku Black, obviously this card, him paired with the Zamasu, it's really strong. If you guys don't know what Goku Black does, activate battle for 2, you can play him and choose a 2 or less card and KO it. And since you are using this activate battle skill, if they still pop the Goku Black when you play him, the KOing a battle card effect still goes off, which is really strong. And then his main effect, you pay 3 and play green Zamasu, that's 5 or more. And then you untap an energy. So for 2 energy, or 4 in total, you get to play out this guy. He's double strike, indestructible, 25k power. And then when you play him, you can choose up to 2 battle cards or 2 cards in your opponent's hand, and they all get placed in the drop. So you can choose one card in their hand, 1 card in their field. This is the main part of the deck to control the field and everything. Piccolo, more control. Pop a battle card, draw. He's barrier, so he's just gonna sit in the field. Just obviously super good. And then to finish off the hand destruction, 3 Dark Temptation Toa, Overwhelm 3. Your leader gets 5k, and then your opponent drops a card. Obviously you run 3 of her because you can use her so much, and it's only Overwhelm 3. But that's the main deck. I've played against both the new Surge leaders, the God Goku and the Broly. This deck is able to beat both of them. I've gone against a couple other decks, but that's pretty much, the deck's pretty strong. It can do good against pretty aggro decks. The side deck over here is just other options to add into the main board. Double Strike Champa and Android 21, the 8-drop. This is mainly for if you're not being able to finish off games too easily, you can add them in. Absolute Release Ball, just against if you're scared of topos, or like Champa Tricksters if you're playing out Big Zamasu or something. Awakening Talent Pan if you're getting stalled out, or you just like having her get returned to your hand. She's obviously really good. Slumber Strike's good. You just have so much KO power and hand destruction. I didn't feel like you really needed it for the deck. 2 of these Zamasus from the draft box. He's good to play out for 1, just to pop this 7-drop after you swing with him and his effect goes off. Play this guy for 1 and then swing, and your opponent drops another card. Grade Ape Goku's pretty good, because once you get into the later game and you've used up both cards under him and you're like not drawing from your front side anymore, you can start losing card advantage pretty quick. This is just to keep your card advantage up. And then right here, just more Overwhelm. If you don't like Dark Temptation Toa, you don't have to add Remote Serious Bomb, but just extra destruction or field destruction. But yeah, that's the whole deck. If you guys want to, I can post a battle of me using this on Untap or something. Just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's been the deck profile, and I'll see you guys in the next video.